Welcome. It's the new moon today. It's August 16th. The first phase. Please come and sit in a way that supports your breathing, supports your peace. And with this choice and all of them moving forward, please make compassionate choices with your body, causing no harm is part of this practice, an opportunity to be aware of that, where we may speak harshly to ourselves, just say, no, there's no room for that in yoga because it interferes with that peace and stillness, because it churns stuff up. So, gentle attitude towards yourself. Be still. If there's anything that needs refining or settling, give it a moment in your body. Notice how you're holding yourself, your spine especially. Let your shoulders rest on your ribs. Let your hands and eyes rest. Quiet your toes. Listen for your breathing as a way of connecting with that sense of hearing. Closing the eyes, taking in the tapestry of sounds around you. And the neutral attitude so that you're not disturbed by any of the sounds. They're just the sounds. Let's keep it simple by letting that be known through the practice today. Joining the sound of your breathing. A little swirl in your throat, a little constriction of the breath in the throat with an inhale. Exhale. This mic in my ear, I can really hear my own breath, perhaps as an example. It doesn't need to be harsh or loud, but a little sound. Ocean breath. It's one of the nicknames. One more time. Inhale, nose, sound. Exhale, nose. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands to heart. All spine, inhale. Exhale, Om. Om. With exhale from the Om, feel where the inhale begins. And move forward, please, coming up to your standing position. With awareness, find yourself on your feet. The running ape, one of the possible names for our species, designed to stand upright and move in this way. So call it mountain in yoga, where you arrange yourself in a standing position. Easy flow of energy. Notice your energy. Standing and breathing is enough. Try to enjoy your life in the moment by letting yourself be. Increasing the vital energy, Pranamasana. Bring your hands together, elbows up. Press your hands to activate your chest, your back, your shoulders. 2. You're in charge. 3, 4, and 5. Relax, doing enough so that you feel something. Surya Namaskar. Inhale, upward reach. Lift the back ribs as well. Lift the plane of the face. Exhale, out and down into forward fold. Tuck your chin at the end. Inhale, extend your spine to half lift pose. Not a big movement, but flatten the back. Tummy toned as you go back. Breathe out, Palakasana, plank pose. 1, 2. What are the cues that help you here? Tell yourself. Broad chest, broad back. Thighs firm, heels reach back. Long neck. Wide belt around the waist. Come on down to your knees. Tuck under your toes and sit back into puppy. This allows us to do the work of downward dog without the lower body work. So we are stretching out the soles of the feet, but the elbows and armpits are up, the head comes down. Reach your seat towards your heels, away from your hands. Find your breath inside of the shapes. One more time. Let's go into striking cobra today to warm up the spine. So hands nice and far away. So you have room to come up, release your toes, and come into an up dog on the knees. Going back. Find your puppy. Come up. You can keep your feet in the air. Bring your pelvis forward, lift your ribs, gaze down. Going back. Third one, exploring. Opening up the front body. Elbows can bend in that position. Get to know our proportions through the practice. I've got a short torso and long arms, for example. Okay, let's go back without tucking the toes this time and rest the hands alongside the body. Bring your head down. Feel the energy generated by that flow. Lengthen your neck by tucking your chin here. Exhale again. Back out to that upward facing dog on the knees, breathing in. Breathing out, tuck under your toes, lift your knees, walk in, downward facing dog. Let's keep the knees a little bit bent, just slightly bent for this one. Spread your hands, bring your head down. Find Uddiyana Bandha, the uplifted navel center. Find Mula Bandha, uplift in the pelvic floor. One more time. Inhale, walk your feet to your hands. Come to half lift pose at the end of that. Breathing out, fold forward slowly. Breathing in, standing up. Present with that physical process of moving with the breath. Breathe out, bring your arms down. Tadasana mountain pose again. Inhale. Exhale, it's okay to do variations with your arms and hands. Little self-expression. Halfway lift, wherever you are reaching comfortably. Spread your hands, other leg back first this time. Let's come into the side plank pose. Maybe the knee is down. 2. Straight up and down. Try not to do a back bend here. Low belly toned. And 5. Nice open hands coming over to the other side. Whole body. Straight up and down. Not doing the back bend. One more time. Look up at your reaching hand in the air. Return to center. Upward facing dog. Maybe the knees come down. Guide yourself into that front body stretch. And enjoy this transition back, pulling the feet, flipping them over, pushing the hands. Head down, stay. Maybe try lifting your toes a little bit in downward dog, firming the thighs. One more time. Using this exhale to uplift in the belly, facilitates the coming forward. Inhale, half lift pose. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, upward hands. Exhale, bring down your arms. Let's add Utkatasana. Bend your knees, reach your arms, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, legs back. Knees down or not, upward facing dog. Exhale, one breath, downward facing dog. Right foot forward, warrior A, angle the heel, rise up. And let's pull the elbows back and wide. Spread your feet. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, make your way back to downward facing dog. Option to dip and extend on the way. Second side, downward dog or warrior A. Left foot forward, find the feet first and then stand up into the lunge. This time the hands touch. Downward gaze, shoulders down. All of it arises in the feet. Follow your next exhale, flow through to downward dog. So flowing through gives you options of doing plank and chaturanga, maybe upward dog. Downward dog. Relative resting pose. Short dog. Lock your feet in a little closer than usual. See what happens. 4, 5. Long dog. Walk your feet back longer than usual. Try to find the down dog shape. 2. Use open hands, open shoulders, open chest. And let that feel complete. Walking forward to half lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, 5 breaths. You may catch your toes or take your elbows. How's your weight in your feet? Maybe rock it back and forth a little bit. Settle the weight more evenly. One more breath, be still. Breathe out, head towards the legs. Inhale, Utkatasana, fierce pose. Come up with your knees bending. A little bit of a spinal extension. And exhale, mountain. Parsvottanasana, stepping back with your left leg first. Straight leg stance forward facing. Roll your shoulders inward, bring your hands low behind you. Work your way up your spine to your own degree. Pressing the hands, holding the elbows works too. Breathing in, take the shape to a forward fold. This one is one of the simple looking poses, but it's a very strong balance challenge, very dynamic shape. Elbows lift, head down. So let it develop over time as far as the hands pressing goes. Breathe out. Breathing in, from your legs, rise up. Release your arms. Stay, revolving triangle pose. Big reach with the left side of the body. Forward fold, breathing out. Land that hand, so it might be on the leg, maybe it comes to the foot or the floor. And then with a flat low back, that top hand can feel that sacrum nice and level. Maybe explore rotating into the twist. Finding your breath will give you information about how it's going. So determine breathing, one more inhale. Exhale, release the twist. And then with the inhale, stand up, set your shoulders, change sides. thus teaching how important the finding the foundation is to really feel and find your stance in this pose first. Then to bring the arms in, Parsvottanasana, intense side stretching posture, forward fold as you're ready, mindful. Definitely feel the roots of the big toes in this pose, helping cement your stability. 4, lengthening out and down. 5, both feet press, both legs come up, breathe in, and release your arms. Revolving triangle, right side reach, breathe in. The left hand can help tilt the pelvis, guide it forward and across, wherever that is today. Take that hand to the back of your pelvis for a moment. Just feel that level low back. You could stay right there if that's interesting. Or add that rotation with the arm to any degree. So this is a mid-back rotation. Neck can rotate a little bit too as you gaze towards your reaching hand. One more inhale. Exhale, coming down. Wait for inhale energy to come up and out and release. Know that you were just upside down, standing on just one foot. Stand on the right foot and list over, get a piece of paper underneath the other foot for a moment as you feel what we've been doing, the energy in the body. Picking up these outer stabilizers. Time. To the other side. Some of this, you have a lighthearted approach, like it's a game. We're playing their balance. Or your foot down. To the side standing poses. Over to the right side, please step to the side and step wide with your feet. Coming to warrior V towards the front of your mat. So the left leg's going to pivot on the heel and the knee bends out. Really give yourself a nice stretched out stance, whatever that is for you, and keep your pelvis centered. Reach out your arms and turn your head. I have a tendency to go into a back bend here. It's the nature of my body. So keeping my low ribs underneath me, little tone in the belly. What is your tendency here? Are your shoulders working too hard? Are your feet gripping? None of that is judged. It just is. Breathe out one more time. Meditation, come to the other side. So a moment to memorize what's happening. And then bring the other side. Keeping the pelvis centered. The torso centered. Not leaning out in any way. Head turns. One. More time. Breathing up and out, breathing in. Rest your arms. Wide stance. Forward fold. Maybe the knees bend, the pelvis tilts. That's where the fold comes from, is that tilt of the pelvis. So if your hamstrings are tight, just bend your knees a bit. Come on out and down. The B variation, we catch the front hip points with the fingers, pressing upward a little bit towards the ceiling with your hands and your pelvis so that your spine finds length as you come down. 2. Trust your open feet. 3. 4. Energy traveling from the feet up the inseams of the legs in this pose. Up into Mula Bandha. Belly, pelvic floor uplift. Inhale, coming up. Exhale. Lion warrior breathe to the front of the mat once again. And reverse. Keep the lower body. Lean back, gaze down. Cow face optional with the elbows bending behind. No pressure on the neck. Nasabra Drishti, down and center gaze. Use your arms, other side. Leave it where it is. Foundation first, reverse warrior, cow face optional with the arms. One more breath. Use your arms and stance. Back to the front. One more. Knee bends, extended side angle pose. Feel free to do your favorite variation. Maybe bringing your hand down to the floor or a block. Shoulder down off the ear. Reach out with your eyes towards your hand. 2. And over to the other side. A moment to imprint what you're doing here. Then find that on the other side. Different hip, different knee, different shoulder, all fine to just work with it where it is. One more exhale. Inhale energy to come up and out. Back to the top section of your mat, and then standing on your left foot, lifting. Nice. Right foot, list. Quiet concentration into the mind. Let's practice dancer pose today as another way of expressing one leg. Practice, open your weight into your left leg. Standing tall, compensate for that shift to the side. Try to center and lift out of the standing leg hip. And bend your knee on your other leg. Reach back and catch your foot or the front ankle area. Can you reach? A moment here, stretching out the front of the leg before bowing forward. Pressing your back foot into your hand. Offsetting with the front arm. Okay, try again. Let's give it about 8 breaths time. Standing leg could be bent. 4, 5, lock your gaze. 6, and 8. Coming down this in slowness, if that's possible, and release right into the other side. Shift. We took a moment to accommodate the shift in the lifting of one leg to try to stay centered. Bend, catch. Give it a moment. Exploring the lift of the back leg, the foot pressing the hand, the offset of the front arm. Breathe. I don't usually use the word lock your gaze, that phrase, because I feel like it might be taken too literally, but just keep a steady gaze. Determined, do not move your eyes from that point. One more time, they're soft and open, they're receptive eyes. So you can keep your gazing point as you come down as a way of controlling and letting it be. Interlace, press forward. Interlace, press up. Bend your elbows, change the weave. Again, press forward. Bend your elbows, press up. Bend your elbows, release your hands behind you, interlace, draw down. Shoulder blades squeeze, not too much. Don't overdo that. So opening up the front shoulders and chest a bit. Free movement of your head and neck. Let's release the hands, weave the other way and do a little more of that. We draw down, shoulder blades towards each other gently. So we can do some turning. We've already done a little turning in our practice with our warriors and such, but maybe ear to shoulder, rolling around the head a little bit. Another slow breath. Release your hands. One more. Anchor the chest. Hold firmly. This is a very strong part of your body. Feel your heartbeat, that cage around your lungs and heart. Lift up your chin a little bit, gaze down, move your head off to each side slightly, just trying to release those muscles that hold up the head a little. They do a lot of work. And release. Great, breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, come down to the ground, maybe just squatting down. You might need to be creative with this. I've been practicing this for a while of releasing down into a squat and then to a seat. So feel free to use your arms and hands to get yourself there safely. Lean back, balance on your sacrum, lift your chest. Hold the backs of your legs, touch your big toes together. Only the effort needed. Straighten your legs, keep holding on. Focus on form. Legs are energetic, you can feel their muscles activating as you reach, point your toes. And fold your knees, feet together, knees apart. Garland pose, wrapping around the legs. Bring yourself through. Arms can come forward one at a time if you'd like. The pressing palms, it's consolidating ourselves. Garland 2, 3, 4, 5, release. Pigeon or figure 4 pose. You can do that going to your back instead. Bringing your left leg forward on your mat, sliding your right leg back. So try to face the floor with your torso and your pelvis. You can open up the hinge of your knee. What works with your body here? Causing no harm. Ekabada Raja. Kapotasana, one leg. Ekapada. King Raja. Kapo Pichu. And this is a preparation for pigeon pose. One more time, breathing out. A second preparation is walking in and up, coming into a spinal extension. Think about your upward dog here, not too much in the low back. And maybe the back knee bends so you reach your foot towards your head. Whatever your expression of that idea is. One more time. 3-leg dog, maybe from tabletop if you prefer. Up and back, bring that leg from the fold up into the air, give it some free space, free movement. Include your foot and ankle. And face the mat again, coming to the other side, guiding your knee forward on the mat. Start with the closed hinge of the knee so that your foot is just across in front of the other side of your pelvis. Sliding the other leg straight back. A lot of mindfulness of that back leg. Maybe come forward and down to whatever degree that works. Into your internal space. And to take away the internal talking. Just be present with your breath. Second one, coming back a little bit, returning to that starting point. Maybe lifting the ribs, pelvis forward, downward gaze. Maybe bend the back knee and reach your toes towards your head. 2, more. Notice this process of moving your body into the 3-leg dog shape, that lifted dog. Include your foot and ankle with a little movement freedom there. And then face the ground. Let's do bear pose. It's to finish off our dog practice today. So nice open hands. Lower your knees. Bend them deeply. Cover them off the floor for 1, 2. Find all your resources here. 3, 4, 5. Child's pose. Your choice. Knees wide or close. Come on back and quiet. Exhale once more. And then sit down with your legs out in front. Paschimottanasana. Sit up tall. Activate your legs so your toes are towards the ceiling. Tilt your pelvis forward. Maybe your knees need to bend. Find the tilt in your pelvis. And then bring out your hands and arms to help you come forward and down. Just exactly the right amount in your body. Back body awakening. Calm. A physiological response to these movements. Forward folds calm the nervous system. Breathe out one more time. Let's explore the other side of that energy, the awakening of the nervous system activity, which we also need. Point your toes. Purvottanasana. This is the counter pose. The hands back, spinning outward a little bit so the shoulders are open. So you have to find your power position with your hands here. The idea of lifting is fine. Start with that. I could lift. Maybe I'm good here. Maybe I'm going to lift up. So optional to lift up. Option to take the head back or not. Open the front body. Feel the energetic quality. Breathe one more time. Mindfully lower and release. And then coming with the feet together, and the knees apart. Love a little side to side rocking here. Feeling of sitting bones as you work your pelvis and feet towards each other to whatever degree that is. Ankle holding or circling the feet with both your fingers, tall spine. Breathe in. Tuck your chin, breathe out. Well, this is a traditional classical A position in this pose. Tall spine, chin down. Nice upper back and chest alignment here. It's not a huge movement, but it's pretty powerful. Right. Okay. So let's call this one B, where you come forward with a straight spine. Inhale, tilt your pelvis, bring your heart towards your feet. Lengthening out, coming down. Long neck. Extended spine. One more time, range of motion. Explore. Coming up, we'll do one more. Inhale. Start with your low back and your pelvis. Curl your tail way under, round your spine, bring your forehead towards your feet. Flexion in the spine. Long hold in the legs. One more. Respectful range of motion. Breathe out. And then inhale. Coming up and releasing your legs. Into the back of your body, legs straight if you like. Looking at the upside down forward fold, that is plow pose. Round your arms, bring your feet as close to your seat as you can. Maybe lift both legs off the ground from there. Bring your legs up into the air and towards your face a little bit. You can stay there if you're comfortable lifting up your pelvis. Keep your head centered. Use your arms for support. One, halasana. Drag your toes through the earth. 2. Feel the calm energy of it. And 5. Exhale and then slowly bring your spine and your pelvis down. Bring your knees to your chest. Lying twist. One way is to bring your pelvis over to the right, stacking your knees-ish. And this is a mid-back rotation as you bring your other shoulder towards the ground and turn your head wherever your arms would like to be. 1. Start to relax your eyes. Breath ease out of the Ujjayi pattern and just flow easily. Knees, legs over to the other side. I know wait for that to work. I do a little prop with my top foot to give myself space between my knees on this side. It's okay to be creative, to take care of yourself. Be intentional on spine with this shape so that your energy can flow well through the day. More. A gentle grounding in the low belly for this transition. Maybe your knees come into your chest once again before stretching out for resting. This is a very important part of this practice, is to let your body release those efforts wasted so much with the hips and the shoulders and the spine, hands and feet. Let it all rest for a few minutes. Opening up your mouth to release the Ujjayi breath all the way. It's natural free breathing. Stream sounds. Words of wisdom from Thich Nhat Hanh. During the time you are practicing mindfulness, you stop talking. Not only the talking outside, but the talking inside. The talking inside is the thinking, the mental discourse that goes on and on and on inside. Real silence is the cessation of talking, of both the mouth and the mind. This is not the kind of silence that oppresses us. This is a very elegant kind of silence, a very powerful kind of silence. It is the silence that heals and nourishes us. Disturbing yourself as little as possible. Make your way to your seated position. For a brief meditation, sit with that idea of nourishing stillness and silence. Find places where it starts little spaces between thoughts. Noticing being present in your body, physical breath is one of the tools that can help us be in space. Turning to Pranayama. Feel deeply. Bring some arms into your torso, into your heart, and have a moment for your gratitude. Breathing out deeply one more time. Go all the way into that emptiness. Feel where your inhale begins. Opening as you breathe in, welcoming this new phase of the moon. Chance to just wipe the slate and start something fresh to welcome growth and new beginnings. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. Make sure you hydrate. And of course, it's nice to eat lightly, if at all, before practice to give it some time and space, and then to eat afterwards if you are hungry. Time for some food. We don't want to be distracted by hunger, so if we eat a little something before practice, that's fine. Sometimes I'll have a cup of tea with like a little oat milk or something, just to have a little something.